Hello everyone, my name is Amberly and I own and run DesertHardt Dairy Goats here in Yuma, Arizona, and for today's video I'm just sharing with you what's in my kidding kit. Now if you've been following along with my channel for a little bit, you know that last year I had most of my kidding supplies in a plastic tote. It made things a little messy, a little unorganized, and I didn't care for it too much. So this year I got something different and hopefully this is going to work perfect. Now I am only about a week out from my first due dates for my girls' kidding. So first up is going to be Poppy and Pixie. Both are bred to Johnny. So I am excited to see what I get from those girls. Hopefully a couple of doelings. If anyone's followed my channel, you know that I got cursed with a lot of bucklings last year. So I'm hoping that doe fairy visits us this time around. So getting right into it, I got this bag off of Amazon and it's pretty nifty. It's got a little hook so you can hang it up on the fence. It's got multiple little compartments with one being removable. I put all my important things in there, but one being removable. It's got little front pouches, an area for some larger things, and then side pockets as well. But let me share with you what's in here. So in the important pocket that I have little nose sucky bulbs, and I have a syringe just in case to have on hand. So that's what's in the important one. Then what I also have in my kidding kit is a full-length sleeved glove. So what you do is you would put this on. Maybe. Okay. So what you do is you put this on. It goes all the way up. So once you have the full length glove on, you then take the smaller glove. This is usually for when you have to assist with a kidding. You have to go in and help mama deliver, or even just simply checking to see what the progression is on the labor. But you're going to put this on over it. And there you go. You're nice, safe, and sterile, and you can pull this up as high as you need. Obviously, miniature goats, you're not going to need to go up this high. It's not even, but maybe to your shoulder, depending on the situation with the pregnancy. But latex gloves and this full shoulder glove is what I have. You never know, better safe than sorry. Full length shoulder gloves and latex gloves on hand. I just keep everything in little Ziploc bags, keeps things a little bit more organized. So the next thing I have on hand, just in case you need it, is it's J Jelly, but it's some livestock lube. It's a good thing to have on hand if you're needing to assist. Now grab them. These things I just recently added. So I had this one, the OB leg snare. Basically, if you have to go in and you just can't get your hand positioned correctly, these slip over the feet of the kid. This is just something really great to have on hand in case of, you never know if you're going to need it. The next thing that I saw advertised in one of the groups was the Kelly's Kid Puller. Super great, super affordable. I think this is like $12 plus shipping, which is really great. It's a steel cable with plastic lined tube. It comes with instructions on how to do it all, how to position the kid, if there's different situations present during kidding. But it's super great. So I added this. Hopefully I don't need it. That's my main goal, is not needing all these emergency things. Next item that I added, some feeding tubes. If I have a stubborn kid that just doesn't want to take the bottle, isn't nursing correctly, feeding tubes. That way I'm not scrambling to try to get some milk or colostrum into kids. So the next item that I have in my kidding kit or on hand is Iodine Solution. This is perfect to dip those navel areas on kids. That way that they don't get joint ill. Joint ill is bacteria gets up into that navel area when they're first born, because it is fresh and open. It's essentially an open wound. Bacteria gets in there and the kid, it's a painful way for a kid to die. Their body just slowly shuts down and it's not good. So Iodine Solution, make sure you get those little navel areas dipped in iodine. Keep bacteria from getting up in there. Next items to have on hand is I have some umbilical cord scissors or some surgical clamp scissors. Again, this is just an Amazon purchase, super nice. It locks, that way you can get an umbilical cord cut if it's too long. While we're on the subject of navel areas on baby goats, I got these clips. I used them quite a bit last year. I liked them. Are they a luxury and not a necessity? Yes. But they clamp the umbilical cord. That way it keeps everything clean, even more so after you dip them in iodine. But again, not necessary. Next item to have is a thermometer. Super important. I actually lost all mine, so I bought this from a good friend that was just liquidating a lot of her supplies that she had, or excess supplies. Thermometer is great to check kids' temperature, to check on mom. If you have to go in to assist with the birthing process for the mom, check her temperature, make sure that she doesn't have any bacteria and she's not getting sick, getting ill. So that's another great thing to have. The next thing that I like to have on hand, I pull my kids at a few days old, under a week, to raise on bottle. Just my preference. Every breeder is different. Everyone does it differently. No right way, you know, no one way. I have identification collars, so I usually do these ones when they're first born. Write on them who was the firstborn, who's mom and dad, the date, yada yada. And then once we graduate, I like to use these. I restocked and bought these also from the friend, so thank you, Jessie. But I like to use these as well when they're in the big kidding pen, just so that I can identify everyone easier until, you know, of course, then I memorize who's who. Next thing to have on hand, bottles. So even if you don't pull for bottle, you don't pull kids for bottle feeding, you never know if the mom's gonna reject the kids. So having multiple different bottles, which, let's just go with these two. These two, literally the dollar store, guys. You don't have to get expensive with this. Dollar store, different sizes, different colors if you have a preference. Not a bad gig right there. This, obviously, you're getting into more of the name brand. This is Premier One. This one actually has a, I don't have it in here, but this one actually has a feeder that it hooks up to on the fence. That way you don't have to stand there and hold the bottle for the kids. What I like about it is the teat nipple comes off, and then this opens as well for easy cleaning. I used these a little bit last year. I like them, just with my work schedule, it takes too long. Also like these nipples a lot. These are my preferred ones to use. They snap right onto a Coke bottle, and then the little plastic hosing for my bucket feeding fits perfect. I like these a lot. Next thing to have, which mine's a little dirty, is selenium. If you have a kid that's just not thriving right after birth, just kind of wobbly, unstable, I give them just a little smidge of selenium or Jumpstart, which I need to restock on Jumpstart. That's something else to have on hand. Amother thing is disposable blankets or cloths. The birthing process, it is messy. There's a lot of fluid, amniotic fluid, and blood. And so these are great to have on hand to keep things clean. Paper towels are a bit expensive. Whelping puppy pads, obviously, I mean, people got on my case last year for using these, saying that it's wasteful, they're so expensive. Yes, these are expensive, guys. However, when I do buy these, like I bought these from the same good friend that I've told you guys multiple times already, but when I do buy these with my own dollars, I have coupons. I save for it. Like I know how much these cost. So you guys repeatedly telling me how wasteful and expensive they are. I know. Trust me, I know. But I love these because they are plastic lined, so that way all the liquid stays on one side and it doesn't seep through. These are great to have, and I love to use these simply because I do have somewhat of coyote pressure, and if I can keep that stall and pen clean, that way, you know, whatever time she gets done kidding, I'm not sitting there trying to rebed and clean the kidding stall so that those coyotes don't smell the afterbirth and the fluid that she's release during her birthing time. So those are great. I know they're wasteful, guys. I know. Okay, but the next one is having disposable blankets, cloths, towels. Thrift it. Again, it doesn't have to be an expensive process. Some people use nothing. They just have a small little rag just to wipe the kid's face off, if even that. Some people love to just let mom do it all. I respect that. I totally understand. Everyone has a different process of how they like to handle things. Mine's different from everyone. I already know. Again, so what else? So usually shortly after the mom kids, I like to get a weight on it. So a little sling. Again, Amazon's my best friend. My male people probably don't like me, but a sling to hold the kid, and then just a simple scale. This is one that I used for milk testing 2 years ago. So this one became my birthing kid weight one. This is super great to see how much each kid weighs upon arrival. Now after mom's done kidding, she is tired, she is exhausted, she depleted a lot of her energy resources, and she just needs a pick-me-up. A lot of people do warm molasses water, which I love. I do that as well. I don't have it on hand to show you guys, but the next thing I like to offer her is 2 pails of water, one being just standard water, the next one being this blue light electrolyte. Super amazing stuff. It helps with stress, transportation. It helps just give them everything back. It's a supplement that provides palatable electrolytes, vitamins, and readily available sources of energy used during periods of heat, stress, and growing in mature animals. Love this stuff. This stuff is super great. Next great thing to have on hand is a couple of these clamp lights, and then a couple of inexpensive light bulbs that fit in. You can even do a heat lamp bulb if your area is cold. Just be mindful that, you know, things can catch fire. But these are super great. They offer extra light in case your barn doesn't have any, which mine does not at the moment. But these are super great to have on hand also. Now I'm sure I'm leaving out plenty of things. There's so many things that you can add to your kidding kit and just kidding supplies in general. This is just mainly what I have on hand, what I have had to use, or hopefully never have to use, but have in case of. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit with me sharing my kidding kit and the supplies. Hopefully it prepares you for any obstacle that may come during your kidding season. I know my kidding kit isn't perfect. There's many things that I still need to add to mine personally. I love watching or just seeing what other people have in theirs. That way I can kind of bounce ideas and add to mine as to what would benefit my herd and just help me prepare for, you know, that emergency situation. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope this information helps you, and I hope that you can add a few things to your kidding kit so that you are better prepared. As always, if you haven't already, ding that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. Subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.